China's 12367 immigration service platform has received nearly 11 million calls since its launch in April 2021, with its service covering 143 countries and regions across the world. And the bulk of overseas calls have been from United States, Australia, and Japan, according to the National Immigration Administration. And besides, Shanghai police have established an express platform for the foreigners and also overseas talents to continuously staying here in China, coming to China and Shanghai and integrating into the city. And today we're very glad to joined by Cai Baodi, Director of Visa Department, Shanghai Exit-Entry Bureau, and Wu Lisi, Hotline 12367 operator, and they will tell us more about the hotline and also what are the questions frequently asked by the foreigners. Well, good to have you with us. So, Ms. Wu, tell us first of all the function of the 12367 and also the purpose of it.
Okay, so Shanghai 12367 hotline is a unified service platform of Shanghai Exit-Entry Bureau. It operates the 24 hours answering calls related to exit and entry matters in Shanghai. It's including the business consulting, suggestions, and tip-off calls. It's also to provide the high-quality immigration management service and help the public to solve the problems.
Right, so that means it actually facilitates foreigners and overseas talents to continuously coming to China and Shanghai and also help them with almost all the issues they have, like visa issues, non-criminal record issues, and everything maybe they could have. And also the call is running like 24/7 non-stop?
Yes.
Wow, that's a lot of work. Do you have any interesting stories to share with us while you were working? Have you encountered anything very interesting?
I remember I received a call. A foreigner came to Shanghai to attend the business activity. Before leaving, he went to the bond for a trip. When they took the camera from his bag and take photos, the passport fell out and was lost. He is very urgently to call us, and after that we contact the relevant department and immediately and to deal with these matters.
Right, we actually have a caller on the line. Let's see what question they have. Hello there.
Hello, I'm Alexandra. I am recently graduated from university and my current student visa is valid until July. But I'm not sure if I can get my new documents before the expiration date. What should I do?
Right, so basically there could be a time gap between the expiration days and all the documents ready for the visa renewal. So what are the things she can do?
Well, before she graduates, she can try to apply for extension of her student's visa. It's called a kind of residence permit of study with the documents from the school. Or if she finished the study and she wants some more time to stay, she can apply for a T visa for a short time.
Right, T visa.
Right.
Right, okay. Does that answer your question? You can actually apply for T visa in between. And then with that time, you can get your documents ready. If you're applying for another school, then you need maybe the school to offer you the actual offer. And if you're applying for a job, then you need a document to apply for the work permit. Is that right?
Right.
Does that answer your question,
okay.
Alexandra?
Yes, but how many times can I apply for T visa?
Well, normally we issue the T visa once for her to prepare for some documents or prepare to leave China. But if she needs longer, for example, she's still waiting for the work permit, and when she provides the proof or evidence, we can try to give her extra extension.
Okay, so every time you apply, it's going to be 1 month. If you need extra extension, you need extra proof. Got it?
Yeah, thank you. That's perfect. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thanks. Right. So you mentioned T visa. What exactly is T visa?
T visa is kind of special visa for stay. It's kind of stay permit. Normally 1 month, but less than 6 months.
Right, so it's like a short-term visa to facilitate foreigners to stay here, maybe like for the case for Alexandra and also for other cases.
for the period of finishing the residence here, and before she leaves China, she can apply for it. It's a stay permit called a T visa.
Right, okay. I think we do have another phone call. Let's see. Hello?
Hi.
Hi. What is your name?
Lucila, I'm from Argentina.
Hi, Lucy. So what is your question?
My husband is a university teacher and he was thinking to apply for the permanent residence. What should he do?
Right, to apply for permanent residence, what are the documents they need?
Well, there are some channels of applying for permanent residence. Say, like if she is working here, she can try to apply through the university, right?
Yeah. Your husband is working in the university, is that right, Lucika?
A company?
Yes.
University, yeah.
Yeah, maybe recommended by the university to apply for a permanent residence, or he can apply by himself. Try to provide some documents, say like if she get a doctor degree or what, or something like if the salary meets the requirement every year for some standards, and he can also apply for permanent residence.
Okay. So Lucila, does that answer your question?
Yeah, sure. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Thanks. Right, there are quite a lot of questions about visa extension and work permit, and also I've heard that there's a new card called 5-star card. So what exactly is that?
Well, the 5-star card is a new version of permanent residence card. Compared with the older one, it has some improvements, just like the number of the card is changed from 15 figures into 18. And the chip inside is also improved to satisfy the social needs. For example, if the holder want to travel in China or to lunch in hotels or what, and the card is improved to machine read. And when he used it in this kind of circumstances, it will be more convenient and efficient.
Right. Our caller Lucila actually mentioned about applying for the permanent residence card. So for people who already have that permanent residence card, do they still need a 5-star card? What are the differences?
Well, it's not necessary for he or she to apply for a new version, because the older version is still useful now and before the validity of the period. So both versions are also acceptable in the social use. And during the last few months, we tried our efforts to make all the society many circumstances to accept the both version of permanent residence card.
So does that mean the 5-star card is the upgrade of the permanent residence card?
Right.
Right. So does that mean, for the time being, and also for the next few years, maybe there are going to be 5-star cards to replace the permanent residence card?
It's a new version, but it doesn't mean that we'll replace all of the older versions. So both versions can be used at the same time.
Right, okay. I think we have another caller on the line. Let's see what is the question. Hello? 你好？哎，能听到吗？ Hello？
我上那个问一下那个，我刚拿到那个5星嘛，哎，喂 ，Hello， 听到吗？
哎，听得到，你好。
你好，因为我想咨询一下那个，我刚拿到那个5星卡嘛，但是不知道这个是能用到什么用处，能咨询这个事情吗？
当然。So for 5-star card, what exactly are the functions?
The 5-star card is a kind of ID card. It's almost the same with the Chinese ID card. It can be used as a travel document in China. For example, when you buy a flight ticket or train ticket, you can use it directly and separately, not together with the foreign passport. And this card is almost normally 10 years valid, and it means the holder can stay in China continuously, and the status is permanent. And for example, if he want to work in China, he needn't apply for the work permit. It means that he can work in China similar to a Chinese citizen.
Right, so 5-star card is like a whole package. So it's more convenient, it has more functions into it. 有回答到您的问题吗？
回答了。我还有一个问题是可以问吗？
当然。
我想知道，因为我是刚拿到那个五星卡嘛，那就我的父母如果从韩国来中国的话，我可以申请那个什么家住签证吗？家住签证那种。
可以吗？
Well, the parents of the 5-star holders can apply for a visa of family reunion through the Chinese embassy abroad or through us. To apply for to us, we can issue the permanent. It's a family reunion residence permit, but through the Chinese embassy or consulate abroad, they may issue the visa, just like a Q1 or Q2 visa, which is family reunion. And the visa is for short stay, but for the residence permit, they can apply for long term, less than 5 years.
Does that mean if he actually holds a 5-star card, does that help his relatives to apply for maybe a longer term stay?
Yeah, of course, because if he holds a 5-star card, the family members, just like the parents and the wife and children, can apply for family reunion, not like a short stay or tourist.
Right. 有回答到你的问题吗？因为你自己是有5星卡的，所以为你的家人申请，你们申请的这个 category 可以是 family reunion， 它就不是一个短期的旅游这样的签证。
Not short stay.
对，所以可能他的可以待在上海和待在中国的时间会更长。这个主要是就是有益于这个你的这个5星卡的这个原因，
主要是家庭团聚，所以可能待的时间比一般的旅游普通的探亲的时间更长一点。
要更长，对，这样也就更加方便了。有回答到您的问题吗？
回答了，谢谢。
好的，谢谢你，中文讲得很棒，谢谢，再见。
好
Right. Okay, we did answer quite a lot of questions. Those are various questions, but also all very interesting, very useful. And also, foreigners who reside here in China for a long time may sometimes need no criminal records when they need to deal with some personal affairs here in China. So where can they get that?
Well, for the foreigners stay in Shanghai and they hold the valid residence permit for 6 months or more, or they have the permanent card, they can, if they want to obtain the non-criminal record within China, they can apply in the Shanghai Exit-Entry Bureau located at 1500 Minsheng Road, or go to the local Exit-Entry office where they decide.
Right, so they can go to wherever very close to them, just find the local exit entry office, or they can go to the headquarters in Minsheng Road.
Yeah, right.
Right, okay. We do have another call on the line. Hello?
Hello.
Hi, what is your name?
Hi, my name is Olga.
Hi, Olga. What is your question?
I wanted to ask, I have a foreign residence permit in China as a student, and when my relatives want to visit me in China, for what types of visa they should apply as members of the family of person with foreign residence permit in China, and should I provide them with any documents?
Right, so is it the family reunion again, or?
No, it's a little bit different.
All right.
Because she's studying in China and she holds a student's residence permit. And the family members can apply for a visa to visit her. And they can apply for S1, S2 visa, means personal affairs.
Right.
And if the parents or husband or children want to stay longer, they can try to apply for visa or residence permit. But the residence permit period cannot exceed her student's residence permit.
Right, okay,
it's different from that person for family reunion.
For family reunion, right. Does that answer your question? Is that clear?
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Right, okay, so from those previous questions, I realized people who have the permanent residence, say the 5-star card, and people with student visa, for their relatives, there are different types of visas they need to apply.
Right, different, because the family reunion purpose, they can maybe got the residence permit of 团聚, and it's a reunion residence permit. But for people who've short visits, we may give them the S2 visa, or sometimes also the residence permit, but not so long time, because maybe less than 1 year or less than 6 months.
Right. I know there's another visa called port visa. What is port visa?
Well, port visa is kind of some arrival visa, or it's called airport visa or seaport visa. For foreigners who arrived in China, they can apply beforehand. Before they come to China, they can apply first through our website, and if it's approved, we'll send them a notice. They can board on the plane with this notice and try to obtain the visa at the airport. So it's called port visa.
So it's like a visa upon arrival. So when they actually arrived in China, they can get it from the airport or the port or wherever they landed.
Yeah, airport or seaport, but apply beforehand and get the visa at the site.
Right, so you still need to apply beforehand. It's not like those visa on arrival, you don't have to do anything, but you actually automatically get the visa, but you still need to apply beforehand. Right, we have another caller on the line. Let's see. Hello?
Hello.
Hi, what is your name?
Elisa Bagley.
Hi, Elisa. What is your question?
I wanted to ask, what ways can foreigners contact Exit-Entry Bureau to provide suggestions, ideas, or solve problems with their application processes?
You meant where you can apply, or what are the ways you can reach the Exit-Entry Bureau?
Yeah. What ways can we contact the bureau? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You can call us 12367 hotline, and we can give you the immigration policy, and we can submit and transfer to the relevant department for the processing and give you the feedback. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, so basically 12367 is the number you call. It's been running for quite some time, and it's running 24/7 in different languages, and so it's very convenient for you just to call and ask your questions.
Oh, great. So how many languages?
How many languages? Is it just English, or are there other languages available?
Mainly English, but also Japanese or French with high.
Right, we do have different languages, but mainly English. So majority of the staff members speak English and Chinese, but we do have a little bit of help from people who speak Japanese and French.
Yes.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. I have one more question.
Yeah.
That's okay?
Yeah, sure.
So if an entrepreneur would like to come to China to set up a company, which kind of visa should they apply for?
For entrepreneur, what kind of visa?
Well, if a foreigner wants to set up a business here or open a company here, of course it's welcome, and he or she may apply for it's called F visa, M visa, business visa, or visa for personal affairs, and to through the Chinese embassy or consulate. And when they arrive here, we check the documents he provides. For example, if he want to set up a business here, he may go through some business license or what, and for this kind of evidence. So we may give them a visa, 6 months of visa, or even 1 year's residence permit, or depends the documents he provides.
So basically, say if they're already entrepreneur, if already they have a company, they are having a business trips, they can just directly apply for business visa.
Yeah, if she already opens a company here, and normally he will get the work permit. And if he got the work permit, we may issue a residence permit for him, and normally 1 year residence permit to work.
So if we were saying if the person already has business overseas and then they need a business trip here to China, they can just apply for the business visa.
Right.
If they are coming here to start up a company, that's a different case, right? They can actually just apply for what type of visa just to arrive in China, and they need to provide extra documents to start up a company here in China.
Yeah, if he's still in the process of starting up the company, he may try to apply for extension of the business visa. When he finished the setting up the company here, and he may got work permit. In this case, we will issue the residence permit of work for him.
Right. Does that answer your question? So you can go for the business visa, or you can even go for the for any type of visa to come to China. Then you need to apply for another purposes for extend your visa into a different identity and purposes.
True.
Okay. Great.
Okay. Does that make sense? Okay.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Okay, so we talked a lot about different types of visa. We talked about port visa earlier. And we answered quite a lot of questions about all the different issues of the visa. So we heard quite a lot of different terms. We heard foreigners permanent Chinese
card.
Yeah, a permanent residence card. There's a Chinese permanent residency. We have 5-star cards, and we have all different types, and also we have student visa. So does that mean, because you mentioned many times about permanent residency, there are different types of those residents, right?
Right. For the visas, the stay period is less than 6 months. For residence permit, and it's almost between 3 months or 6 months, but less than 5 years. But for permanent residence card, it's normally valid for 10 years. But for the children under 18 years, it's 5 years valid. But the permanent card holders, they can stay in China for permanent period. But if within 10 years, they can try to apply for a new one, renew the permanent residence card. But the status is permanent.
Right, we do have quite a lot of different.
Yes.
I'm getting a little all the different names, and then so that actually means we do provide a lot of different types of visa for people with the different needs.
Right.
It is to provide their convenience to stay here in China, so they don't have to renew their visa all the time. So they hold relatively longer visa or say residency permits, so that they can stay here with no worry about renewing their visa maybe every year.
Actually, we have a official website that foreigners can consult with the visas or residence permit or permanent residence through this kind of official information.
Right, so apart from 12367 and also Mingsheng Road headquarter and also the local exit-entry offices, we do have other ways, official websites and maybe WeChat mini programs to help people understand more about our visa policies. Say if someone needs to apply for a residence permit, but they urgently need the passport for the business trip, what should they do?
There are some ways to solve the issue. Sometimes if the people want to travel in urgent, they can provide the proof such as the flight ticket or what, and prove it's urgent, we will rush it through. Normally it takes 7 working days to issue a visa or residence permit, but in this current case, we may rush it through. Maybe 2 or 3 days finished. Or if you want to travel in the mainland China, he may use it with the receipt of application. So the receipt of application can be used as a temporary proof of his stay in China when the passport is kept by us. And the third way is that if it's necessary, he may apply for taking back the passport during the period of application. So within these 7 working days, we will give back the passport to him, and when he after 7 working days, he can hold the passport, come back, and we'll stick the visa on the passport.
Right, okay, there are several ways, there are several things they can do. I think we have another call on the line. Let's Hello?
Hello,
Hi, what's your name?
my name is Christina.
Hello, Christina, what is your question?
Actually, I have 2 questions. So the first question is, how can I apply for a job here in China, and like what kind of visa I should get after graduating from Chinese university?
So we'll answer your first question first. How to apply a job here?
Well, a foreigner can apply for a work permit through the Foreign Express Bureau to work, and if he has got the work permit, we'll give them the residence permit relatively. And if the current visa is not working visa, it all depends. For example, if she holds a student's visa currently, it all depends. And maybe the Foreign Express Bureau, they may ask him to provide some documents to prove that he is qualified for the job. For example, the educational requirements, or the working experience requirements, or the skill requirements. It all depends.
Right. So basically, you need to apply for a work permit before getting the job. So work permit would sort of automatically issue you the residence permit. So in that case, you can go to your new job. If you haven't got the job, you need to prove that you are qualified for it to apply for the work permit.
Right.
That's the logic, right? Does that answer your first question?
Yes, and another question is about the opportunities to apply for a startup visa or business visa, how you call it, and requirements for applying it.
So the startup visa, meaning you want to start up a business here in China?
Yeah.
Right, so...
Well, she is already in China and she wants to change the status into a startup visa. She may provide some proof or evidence. For example, she is opening a company and she may provide some proof, and we may change the visa type relatively. For example, maybe we give her a business visa for several months. That depends. But if she's got the work permit, we will issue the residence permit. But it all depends whether the company is true or not, whether the business is normal or not. Because you may try to open a business, but that doesn't mean that the company runs well. That depends.
Right. Okay. So you still need actual proof that you are starting up a company, and so that you can get a startup visa or business visa.
Okay, I see. Thank you.
Right. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, so we talked about business visa earlier, and business visa, startup visa, it's more of because you change. Mr. Tsai mentioned several times of changing the status of the visa. So that means people who stay here as student, if they want to have a company, if they want to change the status into employees, there are certain ways. There are ways for them to change the status of their visa as well.
Right. For example, maybe he came to China with a business visa for short stay, but later he wants to set up a company or business here, so we may change the status for him. Or he is a student before and now he opened a company here and he got the work permit. We may also change, but it all depends. It's not necessary we will issue the residence visa directly, so we'll check the evidence to see whether he's qualified or everything is correct.
Right. So we do remind foreigners here, if they need to renew their visa or change the status of the visa, they need to get the documents ready. They need actual proof of what they are doing. Yeah,
the door is open to them always, but they need to provide some evidence.
Yep, exactly. And also we talk about the change, and because for a very long time, some foreigners stay here in Shanghai in China. There's one thing I believe will always change. That's their address. They gotta move, right? So when they need to update their address and also different personal information, where do they go?
Well, normally the foreigner want to register his address. Normally he has some ways. One is to go to the local police station to register if he stay outside the hotels, or he can apply through the internet. We have a website. He can register directly with some process of registration. But if he has already got a residence permit and he wants to change the address, he can do it through our website and check with the registration or change through the website directly. He needn't go to our office to apply for a new residence permit. He just changed the address through this registration app or
because this is frequently changed information, so they don't have to always go to an actual office to do it. There are a lot of ways to do it online. So do they have to change their say if they moved, do they have to change their address information? What if they forgot?
Yes, they have to register first if they move to a new address. But if he stay in the hotel will register for him when he check in. But when he stay in the apartment or friend's house, or he rent a house by himself, he need to register either at the local police station or through the app or through the internet at our website. But that's required by the law.
Right. So do remember to change your information when they move to a new place. Right. We do have another caller on the line. Hello.
Hello.
Hi. What is your name?
My name is Luke.
Hi, Luke. What is your question?
So I will be graduating with a PhD soon from a university in Shanghai, and I'm wondering, when would I be able to apply for the permanent residence card? Would it be kind of immediately after I graduate?
Right, so with the PhD degree, could he apply for the permanent residence right after the graduation?
Well, if he graduated from a university and got the doctor's degree, he may apply for a residence permit for some period before he get employed. But after he's got employed in China, for example in Shanghai, he may apply for permanent residence. Before he got the job, if he just graduated, he cannot apply for the permanent residence directly.
Right, so still it requires a certain change of the status. So you changed from a student visa into employee. So in that transformation, you need proof and then to also change your visa type.
Yeah, so doctor degree is necessary, but not enough to apply for permanent residence. So it means he is employed, he got the job, and he may try to apply.
Right. Look, so does that answer your question?
Yeah, it does. But I'm just wondering, do I need to have a specific type of job, or could it be any kind of employment? If it was non-related to my degree, would that be sufficient to get this residence card?
Well, the fields are not limited. I mean, that we just accept his application if he is employed for example in Shanghai and by the company, and maybe we need the company to issue a document to prove that he is employed by the company, and he can provide the work permit to prove that he is working here. But it doesn't matter. Normally, it doesn't matter what kind of job he is doing here.
Right. So it's okay. It doesn't have to be related to what you learn in the university. There's no limitation there. Look. Is that okay? Does that answer your question?
That's great. Yeah, thank you so much for your help. Thank you.
Right, thank you. Bye.
Okay.
All right. Okay. So, say if someone needs to apply for residence permit, again, we answer the question about person had a PhD degree, who's still working, who's still studying in the university, who's trying to say transit their status of the visa into different type. So entrepreneurs, business type of talents, and all the talents are welcomed here in China. It's just you need actual documents to prove certain types of visas to support your stay here in China.
We welcome the foreigners to study or work or visiting or touring in China, and if they can provide the relative documents, and we will issue the relative visa or residence permit to them.
So I think before we go, we need to again remind all of our talents and foreigners here in Shanghai. First of all, do remember to register once you moved, do register online on any sort of app, and also maybe in the local exit-entry office, just to make sure your status is up to date and it's all for your own safety as well. And also for different types of visa, you can always visit the website. You can always call 12367 to get extra information. And when you are ready to change your visa type, you are going next level here, staying in China and Shanghai. You need the extra proof. You need the real documents to support your longer term here in China, right? So I think we'd like to remind everyone that 12367 platform also includes a mobile phone app and in-app programs on both WeChat and Alipay, offering a Chinese English language service 24/7. Besides, for those who are planning a long-term stay here in Shanghai, there are now 2 offices in Pudong's Zhangjiang and Hongqiao CBD, respectively, with exclusive windows for overseas talents. And they can actually handle 12 kinds of different paperwork, such as visa, permanent residency, and exit entry certificates. So again, you're more than welcome to come to China to study, to start up a company, and to do business. And also for all the talents out there, we do want you to come here and then to experience a very different city and vibrant city of Shanghai, and also to know more about China. Well, thank you again for being here with us today to provide so many insights, and also all of our callers on the line who asked so many useful questions. And I hope this program is very much helpful to all of you out there. Thank you.
Thank you.
And goodbye.